like I said, the level of the different amps were decided in the studio pretty much and stayed this way. So let me just make sure, because I'm sending all the guitars to a guitar group so I can EQ it collective, like
collectively.
Yes, that's the word I was trying to say.
It's a good word.
This part where the bass drops an octave. Before it, you're like, is there even a bass in there? There is bass in there. He can go lower. Sounds good like this, I think. Let's try and bring in listen to those half gainy guitars and see what that sounds like. beauty here.
The lower gain guitars, you
Just reduce the output on the guitars themselves, or did you actually lower the gain on the amps?
No, probably we were too lazy to do the other thing. We lowered it on the guitar because we had 4 amps going, so it would drive us crazy to run back and forth and do that. So no, it's we just did it on the guitar, and you can see that on the DI signal as well. It's really low.
Oh, right.
And I'm pretty sure I used the high output to send to the C-Watt to get this. And if you listen to the guitar sound without the C-Watt, and then I can add the C-Watt afterwards. It's like before you hear it, I don't miss it personally, but once it's in there, it's like you miss it like crazy if you take it away. So it's can try and play the whole mix without it, and then. I have this thing going mainly, I'm not even sure we have a break in this song on the guitars, but to shut off the noise in the case, if there's a break, but I don't think we have one in this song. So not really necessary. And I did a little bit of finding some frequencies I thought was annoying. It's just very little things that, especially when played loud and when you listen to it for a long time, I start to feel that something is annoying me, and I can sometimes go through using a sweep like this and just find whatever is annoying me, and then getting rid of it. Sometimes getting really rid of it like this, but usually that's too much, and then you have to be careful doing this. But once you find, like, let's say this frequency is sticking out and you want to get rid of it, and we get rid of it like this, but then you hear I don't know, I'm not sure about the English word, shadow frequencies that you didn't hear before, and all of a sudden those start to pick out.
Yeah, it becomes a vortex.
Yes, and then if you're not careful, you'll end up with an EQ that looks like this, and then everything really sounds horrible.
I have something that won't annoy you.
Yes?
Here, this is for you.
Ah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Angel City. Cheers.
Cheers. Yeah, too much EQ is a quick way to destroy your guitars.
Yes, and that's another point I was thinking a while back, but I didn't say. But now I'm going to say it. Is that whenever like I did with the bass, like search certain frequencies and see, okay, I want a little bit of this and that, and you make your decision. You should always try to just bypass it and see, did it really become better? And maybe even, say if we're talking about the bass, and go up here. And this guy. See, I lowered the input so that when you bypass it, it doesn't get louder or not. It's not exactly but the same volume, but it's sort of so you don't get fooled by just something being louder because you raised every band on the EQ. Make sure that you're actually doing something which is making it better and not just louder or maybe it actually sounded better to begin with. Now it's just louder and you think it's better, but it's not. So it's important to check these things. Also, after searching for annoying frequencies and you end up having this everything, you removed 200 different frequencies. It's a good idea to always try to bypass it and then see if, maybe it doesn't sound so good after all to do this. And maybe you should just go through them again and see if, because just because something is annoying doesn't mean that you have to get rid of it altogether. Maybe you just need to make small dips in the sound to just take the edge off. Because the sound that you initially decided was good is still in there and is maybe depending on a mix of all these things. So, yeah. I'm going to see, I think I'm going to, can't do that. Fuck it. Sorry. I'll just.
Someone just said, this nail the mix makes me realize just how much effort I threw at a totally wrong direction.
I wanted to search some bad frequencies in the guitars and see if we can get rid of something that we don't want. So, let's go to a more busy part. Here are snow frequencies, which is like, if you get rid of that, you'll get rid of, it's like just like a noisy filter that keeps going in the background all the time and doesn't really have any relation with the guitar sound itself. What that does to me is like, as soon as I find that frequency and get rid of it, it's like my shoulders just relax. And I'm like, this is so much nicer. And it doesn't really change the guitar tone. It just gets rid of something which is annoying to my ears. And it's important for me to state that what's annoying to my ears might not be annoying to your ears. I have a theory, we're all different and hear different things. This is my taste, and my taste is what makes me want to make things sound like that. You can never copy that, but you can use your own taste to seek out things you like or don't like and in certain things and then get rid of them or enhance them. The way I use this is usually just get a really steep spike and just move it. And whenever something turns into like a tone, or like if you just move the sweep down the line, you'll all of a sudden you go, and you know you hit something that is, you know, sticking out from the overall guitar sound. And maybe that's not a bad thing, but it's a sign that maybe there is something you should at least be aware of and make a conscious decision to get rid of it or clean it up or whatever. But, you know, at least make that decision. So. Have it, ladies and gentlemen. 4K. That's for you, Eyal. I'm not so sure I hate it so much in this particular sound, but sometimes finding these spikes and getting rid of certain frequencies will enable you to raise the overall highs just by getting rid of those annoying, small annoying parts of it, so that you can spike out a few things and then raise the overall highs if you think that your guitar sound is needing those extra highs. Sometimes you bring up some other frequencies and you don't like those, so get rid of those and raise the overall thing can be the answer. See, now I got rid of a few things really fast, but then what happens if I bypass it? I think there's a pretty good reason to get rid of most of this. Maybe not as much. And now I can raise some of those nasty frequencies that I like, the bite, the scratchy part of the guitar sound that I really like. But now I can be more aggressive with that without getting all the annoying parts of the sound. And some of those are coming from phase issues because 4 amps were playing, 3 amps, for a bunch of amps were playing in the same room, and each mic we're hearing, of course, mainly each amp, but also there was a lot of bleed, of course, and there are a bunch of things that are wrong about that whole setup, but it's also right. You know, bleed is not always wrong. There is something nice about something being wrong sometimes, so. Let's hear what it sounds like here. To me, it's very easy to hear that this cleans up the guitar sound and makes it possible for me to play even louder now in the studio. Maybe I'm already getting drunk, I don't know. Yes.
Sounds a lot tighter.
Yes, and it sounds tighter, and you don't get all that. I think in a way it helps you focus on the guitar sound by itself, like because you don't have all the unnecessary noise going on, like this, which is just like some guy whistling in the background all the time, like. And as soon as you take it away, it's like, that annoying guy finally went home, and you can just listen to music again, which is nice. We like music. So I think this is doing a good thing right now, actually.